congratulations on the movie.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Which I found an equal measure as horrifying as it is very, very funny.
Good.
I loved that you sort of managed to have that kind of dynamic between the comedy and the horror at the same, sort of action sometimes. What can you talk me through where this idea came from, obviously, and what was it about it that really made you want to make it?
I mean, it was exactly that. It was the mixture of the kind of extreme violence with humor and heart right next to it. I think when we first got the script, we just thought there was such an incredible kernel of an idea here of this guy who can't feel pain, who doesn't know how to fight, it's suddenly becoming this action star. But the original version was a little bit more serious. There weren't as many jokes in it, and so that's what we brought to this project. Is we were able to go in and take our pass and really put it through our tonal filter and put a lot of like humor and heart into it and kind of have these like sincere moments of romance and friendship that are right next to all the violence, because we felt like you had to do that. If this was just violence, I think it would be too much. It would be gratuitous, and the fact that all of those violent moments are paired with things where you're laughing and and a love story and a friendship story, I think that's what makes somebody who might normally be a little queasy around those moments able to get through this movie and really enjoy themselves.
It is obviously an R-rated movie, but at the same time, I think, as you said, the comedy really makes it more bearable. What was it? Let's talk about your cast, because you got an array of absolutely brilliant, the future of Hollywood, I'd say, in this. What was it like picking them and telling them the story, really saying this is what it's about?
Sure. Casting was a joy, and like you said, we agree with the assessment that this is sort of the future of Hollywood, at least a small bit of it, and that was a big priority for us. Like, we wanted this movie to feel like it had some sort of young, fresh energy to it, because a lot of the sort of action stars that are working today, incredibly talented. We love watching them kick ass, but some of them are getting up there. They're in their 50s and 60s in some cases, and Hollywood has a funny way of allowing men to get really old and still sort of portraying them as sort of young and
their girlfriend is 25.
Yeah, exactly. But so we figured, why not? There's so much uniqueness in this movie already. Why not have a lead in his early 30s and an antagonist in his early 30s, and a best friend character in his early 20s, and a love interest in her late 20s. There's sort of no reason you can't build that cast, and I think the only fear would be, well, do they have the sort of gravitas to carry your film? But we think that they do it in spades, and so and we were just also so lucky with the chemistry that they all brought to it. You never know until you actually get there to set if things are going to work out, particularly between Jack and Amber. But from that first dinner we all had down in Cape Town, South Africa, when we all arrived, the four of us, me, Bobby, Jack, and Amber, we just saw how they joked together as if they had been friends for 20 years, and there was just such a spark, and that's really when we knew that the movie was going to work.
Brilliant. When it works really, really well. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations again. I really enjoyed this.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!
Hey You Guys!